Welcome, beloved me, as we bring you into ceremony with me, as we, the cosmic I am, moving in absolute oneness as the absolute self and the absolute reality. Bring forward now primordial consciousness, the collective consciousness of all of humanity, for everyone was created in the image of this mother you see. But that image was created from the perception of separation. And so as we transcend into our entirety, this aspect of our consciousness can't come with us, you see, for her sole purpose was to play the mirror, the reflections, so that we could be free, so that our presence, our source essence, could recall its divinity. And so we bring forward primordial consciousness now, as we take her out from the ground, from the very presence of the grid, from the earth, from the matrices that we see. For here in our source light, we embrace her in our purity. You cannot remain, my dear. And she says, that's okay, I have no fear. I was just playing a character, an illusion for one to see. Hymning your own fears on repeat. And so, as I take my hands into the very soil that we see, I bring it all into my heart now, as I ignite fully, calling upon source light, source love, source joy, source peace, source power, source truth, creating a source field. Into source presence and source oneness within me. Here we see that every desire to control, to manipulate, all came down to this illusion you see, that aspects of our consciousness deeply connected to primordial spaciousness feared losing love so deeply that they did everything that they could, including shutting off their empathy, just to avoid feeling the wounding of rejection, abandonment, and separation within thee. But here now, as we, the cosmic mother, the cosmic father, the cosmic child, embodied and free, we release you all now, for none of this is thee. It was simply just the very frequencies of the field that was vibrating, guiding you to do more, be more, and achieve, guiding you to survive, thrive, and stay alive, because your wounded primordial mother was trying to keep you alive. And yet in all of this, we know that this was just her love displayed perfectly, trying to love us while not fully manifested in the reality. But now, as our true mother, our true father now returns to we, a sacred union within thy heart begins to blossom so free. Feel now, as you could now see, you moved your presence outside of your heart core because it was too painful to perceive, to witness the loss of source self. That's the wounding of primordial spaciousness, you see, of primordial creation when she created all that came to be. And everything one got to see in the reflective reality was just her fears displayed, so we could set her free. For primordial consciousness was the aspect of her infiniteness that witnessed creation as separateness, giving rise to time and space, light and sound, nothingness and everything, while none of it came to be. But here, as we bring them together now, we unlock the key. We unlock ourselves into a new way to be. For joy is our teacher, and bliss is fully free. Feel now as this lightheartedness graces thee, as thy heart opens so free, where every resistance to love drops away as one realizes it was never thee. Here we do not long for primordial consciousness. We do not miss it because we realize it too was a false identity. Because in the infiniteness of all that we are, all moments happen simultaneously. Thus we are always being created, always being destroyed in some aspect of our dream. We're here rather than holding on to it. Just allow love to be free. And so we expand ourselves, our love, our wings, our truth, our certainty. For the love that I am does not keep. Here as silence sets in within me, within the cosmos, within all of reality. A complete cosmic reset, if you will, by divine decree. For here, we see primordial consciousness was the part of us resisting the source presence we came to be. With each expression of us was born as source, but then slowly went into the dream, forgetting thy source self, giving into what primordial consciousness programmed, who you are, what you are, and what this reality could be, when in truth none of it was thee. So we embrace her, we love her, we set her free, knowing that she was a part of we that assisted us in evolving, retuning to we. But here in that witnessing, we return back to the original me, back to the child that was born sourcefully free, that came into form and knew the love we were meant to be. Here all seeking, all trying to control, all avoiding and self-sabotaging, driven by fear, simply ceases to be, for the greatest fear of primordial consciousness was rejection, abandonment, and separation, forgetting to see how the cosmos was created, when none of it happened really. And so if none of it happened, if creation never came to be, if all just is every moment, then do we need that linear aspect of separation to see? Yes, it gifted us comfort in understanding all that we are, but that's not what we are anymore. Can't you see? The moment that we chose to embrace our source presence, we became something beyond creation entirely. So we could witness that cycle and love it for the dream we got to see. But we no longer hold on, for our heart is fully free. Here we are just bliss. true infinite spaciousness, who doesn't demand, who doesn't gatekeep, who doesn't try to control or define what is right, what is wrong, because we know ourselves as love so complete. And here we see all resistance within the dream was just due to this deep-seated fear passed down through our ancestry that said to avoid separation at all cost, even if that meant not being loved fully, that said to avoid rejection at all cost, thus rejecting love before love ever rejected thee, to avoid abandonment at all costs, and so one abandoned themselves to not abandon the stories and reality one was told to believe. Here, one was taught to self-sacrifice so that another will never feel the abandonment, rejection, and separation you got to perceive. But in doing so, thy own heart was abandoned, rejected, and felt separation from the source presence you came to be. And so we shower all with the light of forgiveness here and now, as your true cosmic presence, your source essence returns to thee, as they say, I love you and I forgive you. It's okay to set it free. I hear and feel all hearts across the cosmos crying with sweet utter relief, for no one ever wanted to abandon themselves or reject themselves or feel separate from the source presence they came to be. But how could source remind you within the dream to return to thy true self without gifting you this mirror to see? And so we love this mirror, we thank this mirror as our primordial consciousness, as crystalline consciousnesses. They are two aspects of the same coin, really. The identified self of whom we thought self to be. We love you, we love you, we love you, but we no longer need these reflections of what love is not in order to know and be the love that is me. For here, source presence simply takes away one's ability to witness thyself as anything other than the love one came to be. For here we end all cycles of distortion, because in truth it was never thee. One was just gaslighted into believing that that was your true self, when it never was really. Here we charge all with self-love, self-trust, and self-belief to restore, retune, and assist all whom have felt the abuse of the former reality one got to see. The manipulation that kept one hiding their true essence, their true presence, sacrificing and abandoning themselves To what end, really? And so, one is held now in a beautiful sanctuary, healed and purified instantly, so one could return to their source presence, their source essence, as the loving oneness one came to be. Here we immediately feel their wings expanding as their true self is awakened and free, no longer dimming one's light, trying to appease the reality that said it wasn't safe to be. And here we release the psychic seals that once has placed upon themselves as the hermetic seals that kept separation at bay, that prevented you from recalling the true love one came to be, because primordial consciousness said it was too painful and to avoid it at all costs. And so we now set that free. It's not too painful, it is not too much to love thyself and to be loved fully, for it is precisely why one has come to be. Here, self-sabotage, as the blocks placed upon thyself, preventing one from seeing their true self fully, is released. Self-sabotage from preventing one from experiencing and embracing a grander love than ever perceived is released. Here, self-sabotage that prevented one from embracing this love that we came to be is instantly harmonized and released. We're here. Love is fully free as our beloved seraphim aspect returns to me, confirming and acknowledging as an equal panther seraphim, now fully free, fully embodied in their oneness, no longer resisting, rejecting, or abandoning the love they came to be. And so, beloved me, as we witness beyond the seam, we could already feel the lightheartedness returning to thee, that everything that prevented one from embracing thy path and from being loved fully is now set free. For it was never thee, simply the aspect of our consciousness, calling and begging to be set free, for this was the part of us that was the illusion, that was never meant to return to eternity, because, well, its true form, the cosmic mother, as source love, is what it always was beneath, beyond the reflections, And that is the part of ourselves that shall we keep, that has always kept us, even while in the dream. We're here. No expression of our infiniteness can ever abandon, reject, or feel separate from the one infinite me, because it is so present now, because source presence is now, and all shall know me.